I am Professor Prakash K, working at Government First Aid College as an Associate Professor of Geology. I am taking 6.2 the practicals for BSc final year students for 6th semester. Today, that is, we would like to start your last practical, that is chick embryology. Here, the chick embryology, it is chick or fowl belongs to order Galliforms of a class A's. Its embryology has been worked out more extensively, that is because of the following reason has takes place. And the eggs are easy to procure, that is all the availability easy to procure available throughout the year. It is available throughout the year, not for season wise. You will get it in any months, in all the year you can get it. These eggs are available. These eggs are very to transport very convenient size. Very convenient size. It is a developmental stages can be easily got in laboratory, that is in laboratory conditions, for especially we are getting in the labs for experimental purpose only. So embryology bears a many resemblance with those of especially reptiles. Eggs are also same as good as the mammals are also same. Its embryology bears the sexual dimorphism. Their sexual dimorphism, it is the sexes are foul or separate, and the sexual dimorphism, it is well marked. The males can be called as rooster or a cock, and the females are called as hen. And copulation, the cock crouches on the back of the hen. The hen elevates the tail. The hen elevates the tail when it is upper on the back of the head. It is cock is back on the hen of the upper back of the upper back, and where the female tail is elevates their female tails, and there is so that the tail turns the cloaca upward. Cock turns its tail downwards, so that the two cloaca become that is the opposed. The two cloaca become opposed, and there is the spermatozoa are then transferred and injected into the vagina of the hen. They travel upward and remain in the upper portion of the oviduct, where they fertilize the ova in the oviduct of the hen. The spermatozoa remains alive for 2 weeks. Now we shall see the structure of hen sac. The egg is, it is the macrolecital. So eggs are divided the microlecital and macrolecital. So microlecital, there is a yolk is small, and macrolecital yolk is larger. So that is the egg is macrolecital because large amount of yolk is present. Why it is called as? Because of the yolk that can be distinguished into microlecital and macrolecital. Where the less amount of yolk is, that is the microlecital. Where you can see the more amount of yolk in the egg, that is called as macrolecital. So now the large amount of egg, and telolecital, that is whereas the telolecital is a unevenly distributed this yolk. and especially polarity, it is a mark. Polarity is a well marked. And animal pole have a very small amount of active cytoplasm. Animal pole, it is a very small amount of active cytoplasm, and that is in the form of a disc, and the zygote nucleus, it is called as a germinal disc or a blastodisc. It is called as germinal disc, or we call it as a blastodisc. And most space of both poles occupied by a liquid yolk, and solid yolk spheres are also present. And yolk contains a water. Here is the yolk contains a water, and also that is the phospholipids, the proteins, carbohydrates, and the chemical molecules are also you can see. The yolk and blastodisc are bounded by a plasma membrane. The membrane is followed by a vitelline membrane. And albumin, whereas albumin or a white membrane is differentiated into dense, it is the inner layer and a thin outer layer. A dense part of the egg white forms that is the spiral strands. That is the spiral strands. The spiral strands, that is called chalaja. Where the chalaja have done chalaja. This is the chalaja. And the layer of a cell membrane contains fibers or keratin are present next to the albumin, and these membranes or encloses a large airspace towards the blunt end of the egg. And a calcareous shell, whereas calcareous shell is the outermost layer. Calcareous cell is outermost layer, which is pierced by a large number of fine pores which are filled by an organic protein substances. So now we shall see there is the 18 hours chick. The 18 hours chick, the hormone of 18 hours of chick. Here it is there is no, it is a development, it's starting for the development of egg. It is starting for the development of egg. So here you can see there is a very important matter is, you can see the formation, it is the formation and the development of a initial primitive streak. This is the initial primitive streak. This is the initial primitive. This is the starting development of the egg. So there is a primitive streak, and after that there is the primitive fold is also formed, and after that primitive groove is also formed. Primitive grooves, and it is there is some of the head process, it is also takes place. That is in the head process notochord. In the head process it is the notochord. That is the elongated axis of the primitive streak. It is the foreshadows of an antero-posterior axis. Antero-posterior axis of the future embryo. Antero, that is the one of the very very important. That is the antero-posterior axis of the future embryo. So here it is an intermediate stage. It is an intermediate stage. The streak extends. The streak extends from posterior margin to the center, or that is called as area pellucidar. Area of operca. It is the area of operca, and this is the area of pellucidar. This is the area of pellucidar, and this is the area opaque. And at the middle of the longitudinal groove, it is called as primitive groove. It is the middle of the whereas this is called as at the middle. There is the very important one. At the middle of the longitudinal groove, it is called as primitive groove. It is the primitive groove. So that is very very important. Primitive groove is formed flanked by a primitive fold, whereas there is a primitive groove is, this is the primitive groove. So primitive pit, it is also called as primitive pit, and this it is this it is can be made by the primitive fold, where that is, and this is the primitive fold. So now it is the primitive groove is formed flanked by a primitive fold, and anterior portions of the groove thickness into the depressed knot. It is the primitive knot. It is called as depressed knot. It is also primitive knot, and also of cells called as primitive knot, or another name it is called as Hansen's knot. That is the Hansen's knot. It is the very important one. That is the Hansen's knot. And it is the primitive knot reason the groove is terminates a funnel shaped structure that is called as primitive pit. So this is the primitive pit. This is the primitive pit. And all these developments represents the formation of a definitive primitive streak, and this stage is called as the head process stage. This stage it is called as head process stage. It is the whole mount of the 18-hour chick embryo. Now it is called as the whole mount of the very important one, that is the 24-hour chick embryo. The 24-hour chick embryo, now the cephalic region, it is the projects a free from blastoderm as head of an embryo. The cephalic region undergoes the rapid growth. The cephalic region undergoes a rapid growth. This extends anteriorly over that is the proamnion region. Proamnion region. The space formed between the head and the blastoderm is called as, that is the subcephalic packet. Subcephalic packet. It is called as very important one. It is the notochord, the space formed between the head and the blastoderm. The space is formed between the head and the blastoderm. It is called as subcephalic pocket. And the notochord is seen in the midline. It is the notochord. So notochord you can be seen at the midline, and the neural plate is also very clearly marked. Neural plate. It is a very important one. That is a neural tube and neural plate, and also that is the and also neural plate is very clearly marked, and neural folds are also appears as a pair of dark bands. And at cephalic and the neural groove is deeper, and the neural folds are more prominent than at the caudal region. The four pairs of somites here, 1, 2, 3. The four pairs of somites you can see. Now you could be the four pairs of somites. So now this is the very important one. The four pairs of somites are seen in the midline. The primitive streak is gradually decreases in size. The primitive streak, this is the primitive streak. It is gradually, it is the decreases in size. The foregut and midgut is formed. The foregut, it is the gut 2. This is the gut 2. The foregut and midgut, it is also formed. And opening of midgut into the foregut, it is called as anterior intestinal, that is the portal, anterior intestinal portal, and area of opica, and vitelline area, and also area of pellucida, and that is the foraminal and Hansen's node, and Hansen's node or vasculosa, blood islands, and unsegmented mesoderm are also you can see in the hormone of chick embryo. So that is the one of the very important. It is the how you can identify this is the 24-hour chick embryo, where the after 20 hours it can start you can see the one pair of somites, it is the 21 hours, and two pairs of somites, it is the 22 hours, and three pairs of somites, it is called as 23 hours, and you could see the four pairs of somites. You can easily tell this is the 24 hours, the 24 hours chick embryo. So now this much is enough for you. I have completed the Hansen's hen set, and also hormones of 18 chick hours embryo. What is the initiations of the future embryo? This is the chick embryo. It is 18 hours, and hormone of the 24 hours chick embryo. You can see the four pairs of somites, and all what we have seen in the 18-hour chick embryo, and overall and instead of that you can also, there is the neural plate, neural fold, and also foregut, and also hindgut also you can see, and also brain is also already it is established in the 24 hours chick embryo. Now we could conclude this is the chick embryology. Now we shall see another one, next one.